Hey, everybody. Happy Sunday. Excuse me. Let me see. Who's in here? Ooh, yeah, that's my seat toe. It's too close to my dang on chair. Ah, all right. All right. Who's in here? Hey, Liddy B. Hello. Oh, I love it. I need to put this on the screen because I need to see what you say. Hey, Liddy B, though. And I saw you send a voice note, and I haven't listened yet. Hey, Miss Kia. Hey, Calvin. Hey, Laura. Hey, STD. Hey, Miss JK Gardner. Hey, Miss Cheryl. Hey, Casings. Hey, Angela. Hey, Kat. Happy Sunday, everybody. Hey, Miss Native Cherokee. Hey, A. I'm just saying A, sis. You know who I'm talking to. Hey, Mr. BS. Who else is in here? Hey, that's my art. Hey, Miss Rachel. All right, what did she say? I got to be mindful to get in early so she. Now, see, I shouldn't even put this on the screen. So she could speak to me because other than that, she'll never see my. I'm so sick of her. I'm done. See, that's what I get for being nice. Hey, Burner Girl, happy Sunday. Hey, J3, don't be saying my name with that big smile on your face. What? Hey, Thomas. Y'all know last live, I had a couple people who did not hear me speak. Thomas was one of them. I spoke to you as soon as you came in, Thomas. I don't know why you didn't hear me, but somebody else didn't either. And I spoke to them. I'm like, oh, I don't know what that was about. Shouldn't I be smiling, STD? Oh, I thought you was late. I was not. And was not. Hey, Miss Kelsey. That's what you get. Happy Sunday. So how's everybody's weekend been? Yeah, I had a pretty good weekend. Um, Yesterday I spent about 5 hours, if not more, with Miss Cheryl Nerese in the chat. She was teaching me how to make homemade white bread and cinnamon rolls because I wanted to learn. I like having those type of skills. Even if I don't do it on a regular, I like knowing how to do things if I ever need to. If you were, hey, Virginia Bushcrafter, happy Sunday. How are you? If you were here Friday, um, I was talking about like how I like being able to do certain things, like make things from scratch. Like when I was budgeting, I learned how to do some things so I can stay within my budget. And now I just like doing that stuff just to have the skill. So, if you've ever never done that, I would definitely look into it. What up, bro? And thank you again. Broke was live right before me. Let me tell you something about community. Community is when your peoples is in the community or going live after you, and you send the people, you pay it forward. You send the people over to their place. And he did. And I don't even know if he had the notification before he even asked me when I was going live. I think he just knows I typically do. And he asked me when I was going live and made sure that everybody in his chat knew and to come over and support. And I appreciate that. We should all do that. Gina, you were bumping your gums quite a bit yesterday. Don't let it happen again. That's what I'm up here to do, Thomas. What you talk about? You want me to be quiet? You want to just stare at me for a couple hours? I don't know. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying. Because if I'm not talking, then what? I'm just saying, sir. Hey, Deborah. Happy Sunday. I appreciate you, fam. And I'm talking to you, broke. I was sitting here waiting with my head to the side, looking at the phone and see no chat. Mm-mm. Is how I was smiling? Oh, I don't know what I was doing, STD, but I won't do that. I don't know what I did. Mm-mm. Let's see. I could sit and stare at you for. Oh, thank you. Hey Karen, happy Sunday. So how was your weekend? Nobody said. Y'all didn't have a good weekend? And honestly, I didn't finish making. We actually both got exhausted yesterday with this whole task. We made the bread last night, and we didn't we didn't do the cinnamon rolls last night, but that's because they needed to set so they can rise. The dough could rise. So I actually just did that, Miss Cheryl. They're not in the oven; they are in the pan, doubling in size. They're getting to doing their thing. So while I'm live, and then they'll go in the oven after. So hey, Veggie, how you doing, sis? Happy Sunday. Your weekend was good. Great. I work part of today. Ah, that sucks, Miss Rachel. Costco, go to Buckets Meals, 150 serving, $80. I saw those. I saw those. They've been having, and what's the name has it too, Sam's. They've been having them for a while. I've been seeing those, STD. I know exactly what you're talking, the survival buckets. I've been seeing those. You smell a shortcoming from me? No, maybe. Why y'all be trying to make me a content creator? I mean, geesh. It ain't like I'm on YouTube or something. Hey, Queen. Happy Sunday. Been under the what? Oh, that sucks. I hope you feel better. That's my art. Hey, Golden Time. How are you? Happy Sunday. I was about to say happy Friday. Y'all know how I do. Well, I be all over the place. I'm listening in the spring cleaning. Okay, Liddy. Um, I was still on broke chaperone who was running behind. Oh, I don't know. It was over. See, it happens. I think it happens to a lot of us. Hilarious. Something else I was gonna say. Oh, today. Well, no, this was yesterday. So before I started on the bread thing, I was with a friend. I had a friend that came in. She lives a city over, but it's like an hour and a half from me. And she was here for something with her family, and she stopped by to see me because we hadn't seen each other for a while. And she wanted to go to this place to get food. So while she was getting food, I went next door to the Honey Baked Ham store because I haven't been in one of those in probably 20 plus years. So I go in there because I just wanted to see what was in there. And the lady's like, "Hey, can I help you?" I said, "I'm just seeing what you guys have in here." And she's like telling me the different stuff and like the stuff that's on sale. So they sell the ham bones. So I guess after they do what get it to the point where they've served most of the ham off of it, they sell the bones with whatever meat is left on it. And they had them buy one get one free. And I don't even typically buy ham, y'all. But I was like, I'm about to make some ham and beans. So I bought a ham bone and I'm making some beans right now. I started last night though. I just had to share that because I was excited. Hey, Farmer Marshall, happy Sunday in my Martin. I love it. Um, but yeah, I was excited about that. Buy one, get one for the ham bones. So I got two ham bones for like $8 and something, I think it was. I'll take it. And I usually do smoked turkey with my beans or greens or green beans or something like that. But I was like, I'm about to do that ham. And I put it in the crock pot. It cooked all night. And then I threw the beans in this morning. I let them soak for a while and then I threw those in there. So it's still cooking. The beans are ready. Ooh. But eventually they will be. And I'm doing some Great Northern, if anybody's wondering. It didn't matter to me. I could have did pinto, Great Northern, red. It didn't matter. I would have ate any of them. And I still have another ham bone to cook on another day. I have not been there and like I ain't gonna say forever. I really never really went there, but yeah. I just was like, listen. No, it has meat, Liddy. You didn't hear what I just said? I'll send you a picture of my beans. It's full of meat actually. No, it has meat on it, ma'am. It's like, but they leave the end where the meat is at and they just kind of freeze it and then they sell them. So they don't, whatever they, The part that they're not getting off of there, that's going to be these beautiful slices probably. I don't yet, Thomas. I don't harvest beans yet, but well, green beans I do. But I have thought about growing my pintos and black beans and stuff like that, and I probably will at one point. I just don't know when. I might do it this year. We'll think about it. I don't know, Liddy. I wasn't looking for a whole ham. And if you ain't never had honey baked ham, you should know it's expensive. I'm talking about probably like 40, $50, if not more. So, hey, Tia, happy Sunday. Oh, the question. Hold on. I missed something. Hold on. I have Great Northern and a slow cooker too. Really? But with smoked oxtails, interesting. Never had that. Never had it. I didn't even know. Did you have to smoke the oxtails first, or did you buy them smoked? I've never seen smoked oxtails in the store. Inquirer minds want to know. Hey, girl, dad, happy Sunday. Hey, Rob, happy Sunday. You just harvested some beans? What kind? What did you grow? What kind of beans did you just harvest? Share, please. Hey, Alexis, happy Sunday. I'm glad Uncle Ed sent me to your channel. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy being over here. I know you ain't talking about me under your... I always. Because you know you be asking the 50-11 questions. Do you just soak the beans and plant? Not my green beans. I just plant them. And I probably wouldn't do it with my other ones. You can, I guess. But I've never had a problem with germination. So I just put the dry beans in some good soil. I've done a lot of green beans. I did 2 different varieties last year. And I just like when the plant seemed like it wasn't producing that much anymore, I just pull them out, put more green beans in there. Because you can grow beans pretty close together. In a square foot, you can plant probably like, I don't know, 12 plants maybe, at least, maybe more than that. You can plant quite a bit of green bean plants. They don't get that big. Mine don't. I do the bush beans. There are pole beans as well. I haven't grown those yet. I mostly grow the bush, but yeah. Hey, Jamia. Happy Sunday. Thank you, sis. I would tell you if I knew. Just know what they taste like. Really, what color is the bean? Is it a white bean, a black bean, a red bean? Listen, I get it though. Because I just told you it wouldn't really. I have all the varieties, and I didn't really care which one I was cooking because I'll eat them all. Hey, Howard J, how you doing, fam? Happy Sunday. What's been up with you? You been working a lot? Because I haven't seen you as much. How you been? Hey, my Renaissance grandma. I didn't see you come in, but I see somebody speaking. Happy Sunday. Hey, Sylvia. Happy Sunday. Hey, Whiteside. Happy Sunday. So, yeah, y'all know today we try to set the mindset for the week. And I feel like I'm already in a good mood going into this week. Yeah, we just got to keep it that way. That's all. Because I do get stressed out once I start that work week. And this is the last week of the month, ain't it? So that means I got to close out the month, which means that's stress. That's the calendar. Yep. So that means that's a little bit of stress for me. So there's that. But I'm going to be okay. I'm going to keep my attitude positive. That's what I'm going to do. How's y'all weather today? Y'all see I got, first of all, it's not hot here, but I got on short sleeves because I got hot. It's like 40, a little over 40 degrees here. Is it on my thing? Oh, that's not right. It's like 40. It says 42 on my phone. here. And then in my greenhouse, I went out there because I wanted to check on some things. And y'all, it was 95 degrees in my greenhouse because the sun is out. It was hot. I've still been in these YouTube streets just in the bushes. Okay. Appreciate you, fam. Broke it 60 degrees there. That's it. It's 80. Mr. BS, where you at? I don't know what I just saw. Hey, Shia Sunshine. How you doing, sis? Happy Sunday. Yeah, it was 83 there. Good girl dad. 53, that's my art. Listen, I'll take the 40 because it was last week our highs were in the teens. And I was feeling very disrespected by the wind and the chill in the air. It just didn't care about me and what I wanted in life. And, 30, well, Howard J, I already know what you're working with because we neighbors. So, yeah, a couple of the states neighboring me are just as bad. I know you are, and I know my Indiana peeps is cold. 73 in Fort Lauderdale. Okay. That's why you're harvesting beans right now. And speaking of Florida, y'all know our garden family member, Tia, you in Florida? I don't think I knew you were in Florida, girl. Pepper Rookie has been in the hospital. He is doing good. I check on him through Instagram, and he posted something. Was it yesterday or the day before? Where his son went through the garden and he's taking care of the garden for him because he was so worried about what was going to happen with his tomato starts and stuff like that. But he is doing 51 in Kentucky. You're a little warmer than me, Kat, and you're a neighbor too. But he is doing okay. He said he got up. They got him up to walk yesterday, and he did really good. He's still in a lot of pain, but he did really good. And he's hoping he will be released this coming week. So just as a little update, because I know everybody probably doesn't really have a way of communicating with him. Hey, Elwanda, how you doing? Happy Sunday. Yes, his son has his back. Mm-hmm. He does. I told him it was going to be okay. I said, why are you worried about that? It's going to be all right. But that's what we do, and I think he's probably one of those people because I could be that way. Like it's when I'm down, it sends me into a space that I don't like to be in because I'm usually moving. I'm usually doing stuff. Hey, Adina, happy Sunday. I'm usually, getting things done. And when I can't, I feel some kind of way. I do. I feel some kind of way. So I get it. I do. But yeah, he's doing okay though. So that's a good thing. And he started off the video with him, just letting everybody know, I guess, that he's good. So that's good. And he could very well be in the bushes, to be quite honest. So yeah. What do y'all need to get this week started right? What's going on this week for y'all to keep y'all mindset right, to keep you in a positive mindset? Those of us who have to clock in sometime between tonight and tomorrow or sometime this week. I'm just saying. Awesome update. Thank you, Liddy B. Yeah, she get mad if I call her by her screen name. Best Yet Journey. If y'all know me and Liddy fuss with each other like me and Broke go at each other about these watermelons. Even though I'm gonna grow the biggest watermelon this year. By the way, bro, speaking of watermelon, just so you know, I've been sent plenty of seeds and varieties. Just saying. Up potting and putting Vago beds. Really? Angela, which Vigo beds did you get? Did you get the new ones? I follow them on Instagram, so I'll be seeing stuff on there, and I'll be like, y'all need to leave me alone because I can't spend money. I'm supposed to be saving, and I don't need any beds. And y'all, listen. So for those of y'all who have seen my yard in videos, it's very small. I've already covered most of it with the garden and the greenhouse, but there's a section of still green. There's a section of still grass out there. I don't know if I'm going to end up having any grass back there after so long because I still have two raised beds that I told y'all I have that aren't put together. And then I have another situation of something I'm going to be trying out for my potatoes this year. And it's pretty big. And there's actually two of them. So they're pretty big. And it is going to be in the video. So y'all know what it is at some point. But I'm like, I think I'm going to end up covering my entire yard with garden. I don't think I'm going to have any yard. I don't know. Hey, Darth X. Happy Sunday. So should we call you Big Money Farmer? Oh, you talking to Broke. What happened? What did he say? What I missed? I saw Darth say something to him too. I missed this. I missed a couple comments. Hold on. Y'all was answering my question. And I missed it. Still don't think I would. Got a new position. Ooh, congratulations. Laser focus, no more night shift. That's what's up, fam. Congratulations. Seriously. I got to make sure I stick to the routine I've set. There you go, Alexis. That'd be me. Listen, what the saying say, basically like have the same energy doing the thing that the goal or whatever you set out to do that you had when you set the goal. Because we be all gung-ho when we be setting it up. Like when we be like, oh yeah, this week I want to get these seeds planted or started, or I want to get these plants transplanted, or I want to do whatever the thing is. And then the week starts and it's other things happening. And then you just be like, oh, I'm tired though. But you gotta keep that same energy and just get it done because it was the plan. So I definitely get that. But congratulations, Broke. That's awesome. That is. Look at you moving on up. Let me borrow something. I got fruit trees to buy. How am I supposed to pay for these 3 fruit trees? Let me borrow something. And when I say borrow, I mean I won't pay it back. I possibly need a mop to mop the kitchen. Also plant flowers for my mom's house. I love that. I have not really gotten heavily into the flowers yet. I do the calendula and what's marigolds. Those are and I had echinacea last season. But I haven't really heavily gotten into those yet. I don't know. I'd be more focused on the food, but I would love to have more flowers as well. I need more laborers to get this garden on and pop it. Listen, can I borrow you? Rob, you over there harvesting? These dollars at my house are ungrateful. They only like it when it's fun. That's how my grandson is. Once it's not fun anymore, he's like, oh, okay, Gigi, I'm going over here. I love not having the work week stress. Now, if the weather would get right, that's right. I would be in total bliss. I know that's right, Sylvia. Listen, same. I'll be putting up my new grow tent. Nice in the garage. I like that, Wanda. Are you going to start seeds? Is that why you're setting up the grow tent? So you can get your seeds started? No, I've had these since in the fall. Okay. Not the new ones. Because I saw they got that new, like kind of like if you ever seen Veggie Farming's content where hers are like literally like waist high. So she doesn't have to do a lot of bend over. Like I would love something like that. It's just the way my bank account is set up. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Oh, I should say the way my frugal is set up. It's really the frugal for me. It really is. Um, oh, you're affiliated with Epic Gardener, bro? I don't know. It is overrated, ain't it? That's what people tell me, Sunshine. It might be gone. I have heard such things that having a yard is having actual grass and stuff. That's all overrated. Yeah. I want to cover my yard, but it would be way too much for me to care for. See, my yard is small. That's the only reason. It's very small. And it doesn't come through that way so much on camera because I know a lot of people, even broke, will say, "You got space to grow, this, and that." And I'm like, I really don't. So there, since some people, some YouTubers have been here, a couple people from the YouTube family have actually been to my home, Beshed Journey, FR Humphrey. They have seen that yard is small. It is very small. Did you ask the neighbor? I didn't. So this is why. And I gave it, I thought about what was presented to me. So actually, I'm gonna say who it was. I was like, maybe I shouldn't because he might be like, but Pepper Rookie actually reached out to me. He watched that live after the fact. I think he watched it maybe yesterday morning. And he sent me a message and he said, "Hey, I saw your live about the property behind the land behind you." He was like, "But consider these things if you do go through with doing that." So one of the things, one of the main things, it was several points he made and they were all good. But one of the main things that really resonated is it's just me that's doing all the work. So I would be all the work that it would take in doing whatever I plan to do with that lot once I encumber it within my fencing or whatever, I got to do. And I was like, yeah, because it's just me. I'm a one-man team. And that would be a lot. So yeah, gave me some things to think about. It sounds great until I thought about that. Like I am doing it all by myself, y'all. There's no help in doing either my home garden or the community garden. So, yeah. And I still don't know that I would want to grow certain things, even if I had more space here. I don't like the vining plants here. Just don't. They do too much. They be doing too much. So I haven't asked because he gave me some things to think about and realistic things to think about. So not so much to talk me out of it, but just to give me some things to ponder in making that type of decision. You know what, Sunshine? You know he look, his name is Broke Farmer, and we all know he's not. So of course he's gonna be stingy with the additional. He gonna say don't ask for nothing. Just saying. um, I'm catching up, y'all. Hey Leslie, happy Sunday. I feel like I might have went past somebody, but hopefully I didn't. Hopefully, and if I did, hopefully your name pop up again. Then I see that. I do home repair as a vendor for a property management company, and they have offered me a position, and they offer me a position as a coordinator that I can do while I do the home repair work. Awesome! So you get 2 paychecks. Can I borrow some, Kat? I mean, I'm just saying. Hey, Tixie, happy Sunday. Working on your vision board. Listen, I love that, Queen. I love that. I absolutely do. I think I showed y'all a couple Sundays ago. I have one. I have not worked on that thing in years. It's been the same thing on it for years, but the thought at that time was that I was going to add to it, and I have not, but I still want to add to it. I definitely do. And look at it to see if there's things that I need to take off. So yeah, I'm catching up, y'all. I promise. I'm needing the taller beds now. Bending getting to me. Yeah. But you know what? I don't know. I'm one of those people who I want my body to have to keep doing the things that it's not always happy that it's having to do. Because I don't want to lose the ability to do so. So I just be like, I'm gonna push through. I don't know why my brain works like that, but it does. I don't want to make it easier for me because then I feel like I might lose the ability. So some days I might squat to do something. Other days, my niece say, I dare you. I double dog dare you to squat because you won't get back up. I promise you. I promise you, it says that. So some days it'd be like, girl, I got you. And some days it'd be like, I dare you. And so we just play it day by day. But I will attempt it on some days and some days. And I know when I can and can't. So that much I know. She has. Are you being serious, Liddy? She has plenty of space. Her yard is not small. She ain't doing nothing with it but cooking on the grill. Yes, that's true. I say put a garden on the left, right side, back door, front door. Stop it. My yard is small though. Don't say that. You know it's small. You said it even when you came. But you're right. I probably will cover it all. I started my season January, winter sowing. Okay. The grow tent is for me to be able to grow some foods year round. Nice. I haven't tested that theory in my greenhouse yet. Because I just got it last year. If you didn't, I just got it last year. So this fall winter season, I just shifted all of my citrus plants in there. That was the main reason I got it because I was like, if I'm going to try to grow citrus, I got to have somewhere to put it through the winter because we get sub-zero temps. It gets cold here. So I have started seeds in there. I do have germination in there. I need to do an update. I do have some germination in there. So maybe this season, I might try to have some things growing there year round. Maybe one plant of something like a tomato plant, a pepper plant. I don't know. Maybe tomato because I don't see a reason I need to grow a pepper all year round because I usually preserve those up pretty good. But we'll see. That might be in the plan. We shall see. Hey, Coy, happy Sunday. Hey, Ro, happy Sunday. Sis, I saw the video. I didn't comment though, so I got to go back and comment. Or did I comment? Maybe I did. I don't remember. I did watch it, and that was great. That was great. Sign me up. Maybe that's what I didn't do. Comment in the group chat. I think I commented on the video, but I loved it. If y'all haven't seen You Grow Rose video, she dropped. Did you drop it yesterday, last night, or this morning? But anyway, it's recent. It's a really good video. Why go check it out? It's a kind of like it really wasn't an interview though. It kind of was like in a game format, but you kind of got to know the person that she had on there. So got to know Ro too, because Ro answered questions as well. So check it out. Just plant fruit trees and wood mulch in that space. My open space. I am okay. So I am thinking about putting. I know I said this before, and I'll need you to roll your eyes. I'll need none of that broke. But I am thinking about putting one of my trees in the ground, like one of my apples or cherries. So this is the thing though. I want to see if I can graft the other apple or cherry to those two plants that have produced. So I have an apple that's produced and I have a cherry that's produced, and the other ones have not yet. but I want to, if I can graft it and then have two fruits, both of those apples on one plant, and put that in the ground and be able to get both of those varieties from that one plant, I would be willing to maybe put it in the ground. That is my thought. And have I ever grafted a tree? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I'm going to try nonetheless. I'm just saying. That's something to consider. I've been off more than what I can chew. Yes. My husband is not into gardening. Yep. As much as I have. Yep. So, yep. You get stuck with all the work. Yeah. And Liddy has a lot of land. So that's your journey. She has a lot of land. So, yeah, I get it. And I think as gardeners, we tend to do that. We do bite off more than we can chew sometimes. We get excited about growing and growing more, especially if we preserve and all that kind of stuff. And then also when we share, we can share with other people. So, yeah, it's a lot. That makes sense. Having the hands to maintain. Yep, good tip. Yeah. He definitely gave me something to think about. And he, like I said, he wasn't trying to talk me out of it. He even said that, like, I'm not trying to say don't do it. I just want you to think about these things. And I think sometimes someone on the outside looking in can see that and see that sometimes we get excited and we bite off more than we could chew. And, I'm not trying to do that. She was scared to ask the lady anyway. I was not. I was going to ask her. I was going to go knock on the door. Oh, when you were here, I was scared then. I wasn't scared, but I was like, that's weird. Do you make a new vision? No, I should. Oh, you're asking Queen. I was about to say, listen, no, I should. I should. You can handle it. I manage a little 8 acres by myself. But what all do you have on that 8 acres? Because I ain't seen. Let me go see if you done posted some new garden content. Because I ain't seen it. I ain't seen that. I know you've been doing them bees, but what we growing and on what scale? Because if you just managing it by cutting it, that's different. J3. I'm talking about having more food to harvest and all the things. Hey, Serena, happy Sunday. I'm thinking of getting a community space just for the body plant. See, that's what I'm most. I am using it for more because it's so much space. But the main reason I wanted it is so I could just let the watermelon be watermelon. I could let the squash be squash. Do your thing. Have fun. Go where you want to go. It ain't gonna bother me none. And that works for me. I don't know why, it just does. But when it's doing it back there in my backyard, I be stressed. Y'all. I don't know why, but I do. I don't know why. I can't deal with it. Winter sowing and starting seeds and sweet potato slips. There might be a video. Thomas, if you still listening, the sweet potato video will drop tomorrow. Just so you know. I'm catching up, y'all. I'm just making sure I'm not missing any comments. Queen say, yes, writing the vision and making it plain, right? Pushing through it. Yep. Absolutely. Hi, Guided by Spirituality. Happy Sunday. I'm new to your channel. Got your channel information from Leah. I love it. I'm here to learn and understand gardening. Oh, awesome. There definitely can be some learning. And there's a lot of gardeners in the chat who you can also learn from, because there's a lot of us, lots. And you know what? I tell people when they are first getting into it, start small and just grow something you know you're going to eat. So even if you just grow one thing, just know it's something that you like. So if you know you like tomatoes, grow tomatoes and just see how everything goes. Trust me, you're probably going to get excited because you'll grow it, you'll get fruit, you'll harvest it, you'll eat it. It's going to taste better than anything you've had, and then you'll want to grow more things. But don't overwhelm yourself trying to grow too much at one time, which is kind of what I was talking about, getting more land and planting more things. Trying to grow too much at one time and overwhelming yourself. So I think my first year I grew 4 things. Well, 5 if you count that there was 2 different varieties. I grew tomatoes, sweet peppers, hot peppers, cucumbers, and green beans. Yeah. So yeah, just keep it simple. And the green beans was like a last thought. Really, I just wanted the peppers, the tomatoes, and cucumbers to start with. And I was like, oh, I saw some green beans, and I was like, I'll try those. But yeah, keep it simple in the beginning, and then you can span out from there. You don't want to overwhelm yourself. You can grow more than one thing. Definitely can do that. But just don't do too much and overwhelm yourself, because it can be a lot. Because you got to harvest it. Sometimes you got to preserve it because you can't eat it as quick as it grows. So you got to consider those things as well, which is one thing that I'm considering this year. And this ain't my first year growing. That's why I will be growing with purpose this year, because I usually preserve what I grow, but I learned from my mistakes last season that I didn't really think through the preservation part. So things that I could have preserved to be able to use in many forms in different ways, like my tomatoes, being able to use them for just about anything instead of making just like pasta sauce and only really being able to use it for pasta. I didn't think that through. So we're thinking that through this year, so that we have just plain tomato sauce, and we have diced tomatoes and things like that. Oh, I could do my own rotel. Why did nobody tell me that? Why didn't y'all say, girl, you could do your own rotel? I just had that thought because I use rotel. So I will make some rotel this year too. So I don't have to buy rotel. Y'all should have said something. Y'all got to speak up sometimes. Why y'all so quiet in the chat? I don't do the when you say panels, Miss Sure, are you talking about like the trellises? Oh, I trellised my cantaloupe like the first time I grew it. I pulled them vines off that trellis. I don't like it. It's not my thing. Trellising is not my thing. That's why I just wanted to be somewhere where it could sprawl out and do what it do. Yeah, I'm not big on the trellis thing. Nice to meet you too. This year it's been especially cold. It's been a very, very cold year in Ohio, compared to others. And it's been cold longer, even though we're not even done, but it started earlier, in my opinion. Tell me if you agree, Ro. I feel like we got cold sooner than we normally do. Very cold sooner than we normally do. I'm catching up, y'all, I promise. Thanks for the plug. Absolutely, sis. Hey, Shawnee. Happy Sunday. How you doing, sis? It was a fun watch, wasn't it, Elwanda? See, Elwanda said she watched it too, bro. It was good. And trust me, like I said, you guys can learn from a lot of us. Ro has done in some of her like, first of all, Ro is part of like a lot of communities for sweet seed swaps. So she will have varieties that she's growing that will introduce you to some different varieties of different plants, like her tomatoes. Last season, if you go watch some content from last year, she tried a lot of different varieties and she taste tested them. Now, of course, her opinion of what she thought of the tomatoes is going to be her opinion. But a lot of times when we're looking at growing something new, that's what we ask people for their opinion of, okay, what did you think? And what was it that you felt like, about that particular item? And then we decide from there if we want to give it a try or not. I'm just saying. So she's done that. She's done vinegars on her channel before. I think that was a couple years back. She did a lot of different ones. And she would taste test those and tell us what she thought about it. She does outdoor growing and indoor growing. So she does the hydroponics and all that as well. So definitely somebody you should check out. I've had so many seeds germinated, so I'll have a big garden this year. Awesome. That's awesome. Has the weather gotten better there already, Shawnee? Because I know you're in a state that could be already starting to get a little warm. How's the weather there? I'll look up. Oh, she's talking to Row. And you guys could put G as in George, V as in Victor, G as in George in the chat, GVG together, and it will drop your channel links. So, Ro, if you want to do that so people can find you a little easier. And anybody who is a content creator, do that so people can find you easier. And then they will know that you do content and they can come check you out. Because everybody on here who does good content. I planted my tomatoes. I'm jealous, Farmer Marshall. Peppers, herbs, stevia last week. Outside or in? Today I made a stand for my grow lights. Oh, you're doing, okay, so you're starting seeds indoors, maybe only growing from seed this year. I'm trying the same thing. We on the same page, fam. We on the same page because last year I was able to start some from seed and then I had to buy some starts. This year I started already with a lot of stuff. That way, if I don't get germination by a certain point, I will drop it again because I am determined to have my own starts. I need these seeds to do what they're supposed to do. I'm determined. I really am. I don't want to buy any starts. Not that I have an issue with buying starts, but I just don't want to. Where's David Corey? He's been around. I haven't seen him this weekend. I did see him somewhere. Where did I see David at? I don't remember. I do remember seeing him somewhere. I don't remember what day. It wouldn't have been yesterday because I wasn't really on YouTube much yesterday. Maybe it was Friday. I don't know. He's been around though. Oh, Leslie, your last frost is June. What state are you in? Not city. What state are you in? Oh, I thought I had a short growth season. David, what's that? Oh, he was somewhere this morning. I seen him I think it might have been Friday. He'd be around though. I just think he just been busy and kind of not on YouTube as much. Veggie Farm said, I'm almost out of grass area too, but I think I have all I can handle on my own without asking for much help. Yep. So that makes sense to me. Yep. I think that I would, if I had that space, I know me, I would probably start small and be like, oh, I'm just going to add a couple beds and do this and that. And before you know it, I'll be having the same conversation I'm having about the other side of my yard having grass and not having that anymore. I know me at some point. At some point, that would be me. Like, well, why do I need grass? I can't eat it. So there's that. It will be here before you know it. Oh, you're talking to Leslie. Yes. I'm reading the comments back and forth with just in case Leslie said what state to somebody else. I'm like, I'm adapting to an terraform ecosystem. Oh, from what I'm used to. Okay. I said that last week. You wasn't paying attention. What did you say, Mr. BS? Oh, about me considering the work that I would have to put in to have it more, I probably didn't catch it. I'm sorry. Fam, you gotta yell at me sometimes. This chat be moving too, and sometimes I miss stuff. Oh, you do content, Leslie. Did you drop your channel? Did you do GVG in the chat? With by She Will and Will Sunshine. Sunshine said, "Ro will get you in trouble with biases if you are trying to restrain." Although you need to hit Ro up because she don't buy all her seeds. She has learned to barter as well. That's what she does, a lot of seed swaps. She is a part of a lot of groups, and that's how she's getting some of her seeds, because it does get a lot when you be buying them all the time. So she's part of some seed swaps. She has found a lane. Now there's risk and reward in it because some people don't follow through like they supposed to, but for the most part, she says she had very good, swaps. So just saying, you might want to ask her where she be at. Just saying. Let's see. I'm catching up, y'all. I know y'all probably like, she behind. Sudden Days does a great video on making homemade canned rotel. Nice. I do follow Sudden Days. I was looking for there's another channel because I was talking to Miss Cheryl about some of the ways that other communities preserve through canning. And I mean, when I say other communities, I mean like your Mennonites and folks like that. They have their older traditional ways of canning that don't require a canner. And I know that a lot of times they're like, oh no, you can't, you do the XYZ. And hey, I'm not saying do or don't. What I'm saying is that there was a time where there wasn't canners and people had a way of preserving food. That's all I'm saying. So I don't feel like the way they're doing it is wrong or right. It's a way that works and they are fine. So I know that I've seen it with the Mennonites and the Amish and such, and it's a way that works. That's all I'm gonna say. I want to learn to grow hydro. I was gonna try aqua, and I think Farmer Marshall. Did I see you doing some aquaponics? I saw somebody doing it, and I was like, I think I might try a little bit of aquaponics, but we'll see. How did you come to start your channel? Some questions for other content creators here too. Okay, so a lot of times it's where did Gina versus Gina come from? So I started my channel in 2011 when I had first started trying to lose weight. It was part of I came up with Gina versus Gina because when I thought about my weight loss journey, it was always me against me. I am my own saboteur. So that's where I came up with the name and I used to post like a weekly update, like where I was, how my week went, so on and so forth. And then I started sharing like recipes that I was doing, and my recipes and cooking videos seemed to get more traction. So I just kind of started doing more of that and less of the weight loss journey stuff. Plus, I'm a yo-yoer, so I would be falling off of the weight loss journey anyway. So I just stray away from doing that kind of content, and it just went from there. So I would do more prepping or recipes, and I take breaks. I took breaks. I should say I take breaks. I took breaks back then, and then when I came back this time, I was wanting to learn about more information about gardening because I had just started. And it kind of went from there. I've been back for quite a while now, probably like 4 years, if not longer, on consistently on here. And I started sharing my garden. I still share recipes. I still share preps, I do a lot of freezer prep. I've started sharing my budgeting journey, financial journey, and my 2A journey. So my channel is about a lot of stuff. I don't have just one thing that I talk about. And that's just who I am as a person. That's who I am. So I niching me is not a thing. Putting me into a box, that's not a thing. So yeah, my content is about lots of things. One week it may be this, and the next week it might be that. Friday we were talking about budgeting and credit scores and stuff. So you never know over here. But that's how I got started. And as far as going live, which is another like level to content creating, and it's not a required level. There are a lot of content creators who share information on this platform and do content and have thriving channels who never have and probably never will go live. So it's not a prereq. But going live for me started from me popping up on a couple other YouTubers channels. Betcha Journey was one. She used to do a show called Lydia's Got Game. And then she reached out to me to interview for her other show called The Whoop Whoop Show. Bring back The Whoop Whoop Show, Liddy B. And both shows were great. Liddy's a good time. So she hasn't been able to be as consistent lately on YouTube, but she's trying to get back there. So stay tuned. But that's kind of how I started with being on live. And then I was nervous about going live on my own platform. And I just had a lot of encouragement from the community to do so. So here we are. But yeah, that's how I started with my channel. And I say, if you're on the fence with getting it going, just do it. It's not as scary as you think. Are there people on here who aren't nice? Absolutely. But they are not as many as the people on here that are nice. Okay? And don't let those people who aren't nice rattle you, because that's just, some people are just going to be who they are. You know? That's all I can say with that. What can you safely take to the seedlings, I think is what you're saying, from under the grow lights when you're ready to start transitioning them? Are you wanting to just take them out from under the grow lights, period? They should not, unless you're ready to transition them to the next space, which will be outdoors. And you need to do that in like periodic sessions. So like if you're getting ready to transplant into the beds or wherever you're going to have them growing at in the ground or whatever, take them outside for on a nice sunny day, because you want them to get some sun exposure, get used to that for like some hours. I leave mine out there quite a while, like probably 4 or 5 hours, and then you bring them back in, and it's supposed to help with them going through transplant shock. I have transplanted without doing that, by the way. I'm not saying you do it, but I'm just saying I have. And my plants did not go through shock. But some do. And what transplant shock looks like is when you go out there and you look at your plant after you put it into the soil, and it looks like it's going to the upper room, as Brooke would say. And sometimes if you've gardened long enough to know what they look like, you'll see a little bit of transplant shock, but know that they're probably going to bounce back, and you just let it go. And then sometimes you don't have any, but I would say be on the safe side. Take them outside for a few hours a day for like maybe, I don't know, 3-4 days before you actually transplant them into the garden space that they're going to live in. So they'll get used to the rays of the sun, because right now they're used to artificial light, if that makes sense. Are you in Colorado? Is that where you're saying, Leslie? In the mountains. Okay. And there, Pepper Rookie's in here. Were you in here when I was talking about you, fam? Happy Sunday. I hope you are having a good day today. I hope you're still feeling well. I talked to him early today. So I hope you're still feeling well. I gave a short little update as to what I last talked to you about. Yes, we're planting with purpose. Absolutely. We are working with purpose. We are budgeting with purpose. We are spending with purpose. Sis, and I'm glad it's in all caps. And I'm also glad that because yes, and I do it in my head a lot. Like I'll be out somewhere on a given day, and I'm like, nope, because we doing this with purpose now. Everything in my mind goes to that, and we should, and we should live this life in purpose. Okay, because we only get one, so do it with purpose. Just dropped in to say hi between naps. I appreciate you, fam. Oh, the Rotel? Really? When did you say that? When I was talking about the tomatoes? I missed that, fam. Dang, I missed that. Well, it just came to my mind. So I'm going to make it happen. It's going on the list. It's going on the list. You like Tixie setup? She has a nice setup. She be growing over there too. Since okra gets tall, I'm putting them in the front yard like tall bushes. Also, my blueberries in a bed. Are you putting them in ground or in a pot or what? Just if you didn't see, go back to some of, I don't know which one because I have several, but probably not the beginning community garden, my introduction videos about the community garden. But once I was growing in the community garden and I show those okra plants, the trunk of those plants were huge. Like them okras was literally trees. They didn't get ridiculously tall, but they were very solid. Like we didn't pull them up. I don't know if my friend went out there and took a chainsaw to it because that's what she was supposed to do and just leave the roots. Because I was like, there's no way you're going to get that up until after it starts to die back and then we can pull it out. But yeah, that okra don't be playing. It don't. Colorado Rockies. Okay. I can't do the elevation. I can't. It does something to me. There go who looking for me. Here I go. Here I go. Here I go. I know who hit you up too. Well, actually, it could have been a couple people, so I don't even. Now I don't know. What up? What up? What up, David? Starts cost too much. Facts. Actually, though, at my local nursery, it does not. But I agree. It's so easy to get more varieties. Yep, by using seed. That's another thing because with starch, you're not gonna get as many varieties to choose from. I'm cheap. Oh, he said I'm not cheap. I'm just frugal. I thought you was just saying you wasn't cheap. I'm like, shh. I'm both cheap and frugal. I'm gonna call it both for me. I don't have a channel. My daughter thinks I should start one. Consider it. Even if you just share your journey in gardening, if that's what you want, if that's what you're thinking about starting it for, whatever it is, that's on you. Whatever you want, whatever the thing is that you want to be able to share on here. But yeah, um, listen, this community is amazing, and the people in this chat are from several different communities. They're not all gardeners, and all gardeners aren't just gardeners. Some are gardeners and preppers and other things. They're not just one thing, and some of their channels are just strictly that thing, maybe gardening, prepping. I don't know if you saw early on the Virginia Bushcrafter spoke. He is someone who literally practices, and I say practices in a way that this is just something he does. He will go out in the bush and he will use his survival skills on building shelter to stay warm and building a fire from just wood and whatever methods that he, without having the modern things of lighters and matches and things. And he teaches these things. So there's just different people in here. There's some 2A folks in here. So people who come in from the gun community, that's 2A. And so our community, and even those people, some of those are gardeners as well. So it's, there's a lot of layers to a lot of the people in here. So whatever it is that you want to share on this platform, there's definitely community for everyone. Ain't nothing wrong with David. If you don't hear nothing, it's good. That's good. I'm back on that. Oh, I missed a lot. I see. Pull up on me, big bro. Oh, participating in college and cabbage challenge and the wig both require video upload. That's why I don't be doing the challenges as much. I saw both of them, and wig is one that's been going on for a while. But I saw that growing out the box and Tina did the collards and cabbage, and then oh gosh, his name is right there too. Does a challenge, the herb challenge. Y'all help me. Goodness. It's right there and I can't get it out. Goodness. His name is right there. Trying to learn to walk again. I know that's right, fam. You got this. David, it looked like people missed you. Gina versus Gina is a cool name. Thank you. I always understood what your channel name meant. Thank you. It's about challenging yourself to do greater things. Amen to that. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. I'm catching up, y'all, at some point. Oh, I have ridiculous amount of interest. Yeah, I haven't brought the art and stuff to this channel because we do that on me, Best Yet Journey, and TT's Urban Pantry do that on the Humble Storage channel. So we have another YouTube channel, and we do crafting and art and stuff with our Cricut and all kinds of stuff there. Gina is an excellent resource and inspiration in terms of financial stability. Thank you. Definitely check out the Money Matters content. I appreciate it, sis. I appreciate it. We do need more Best Yet Journey lives. Listen, she was built for this platform. Her personality, she was built for this platform. Great content. You'll send me an email. Okay. Consistency, life be life, and amen. I will tell you what I am consistent at, Rob. I don't stop. I might take breaks, but I don't stop. I get right back on it. So I will tell you I am consistent in that. I'm out of space. I start too many too early. Is that why you're trying to move around? It's definitely a skill to figuring out when to start what in order for it to not be too early. Trust me, we all been there. We all been there. Trust me. Hey Jay, happy Sunday. I hear you when I'm running errands. I appreciate that, Queen. Like in your head, girl. We spending with purpose. We don't need that. I love it. I love it. Hey Liz B, happy Sunday. Listen, am I catching up, y'all? Y'all probably like, oh, girl, you saw. I know I'm behind because I just saw how it jumped when I was going down the road. Planter TV. Thank you, Tigsy. It was right. Oh, Jay said it too. Probably somebody else did. I was like, why Planter name ain't coming out my mouth and I can see it? Planter TV, y'all. And Planter beat. Now listen. Y'all go check Planter TV out. He gonna show y'all how to plant them tomatoes right, so y'all get plenty. He gonna show you how to plant them peppers deep, so you can get plenty. You know, things that you think is just just plant them in, and you can, because I have, and you're gonna get fruit. Trust me. But there are some methods that help make your plant a little stronger sometimes too. Excuse me. You are going live next Friday if you still do, Liddy B. Because y'all know I go live every other Friday. So Best Your Journey is supposed to go live this coming Friday. So hopefully I think it's, I don't know what she's doing, so I'm not even gonna say. I was gonna say I think it's this one or that one, because she has a couple of different things that she does. And guess what? You're gonna find out if you follow. Liddy, did you do GVG so your channel could be in the chat? But when that thumbnail gets posted, you definitely gonna know which one it is. But both of them are great. And you can go check out past content and see, like, when her Whoop Whoop shows, the different content creators that she interviews. She doesn't just interview gardeners, she interviews content creators in different excuse me, in different communities. And then she also did Lydia's Got Game. So I hate this tickle. I get it every time I'm talking a lot. So hopefully she is going live. Night by showing off the best moderator money can buy. That's facts. Oh, did I? Y'all, I caught up. I caught up. Yes, y'all. I see a lot of people say Planner. Planner is who I was talking about. I haven't been over to his content lately, but that's just because I've been missing a lot of y'all. So just listen. It's a lot of us now. It's hard to catch all the content, but I usually, when I get on, I try to just go through my thing and watch that, like, back to back to back people. But I'm gonna tell y'all too, YouTube feeds sometimes I don't get fed certain content creators, and after I realize I haven't seen stuff from them in a while, I have to go looking. And then you're gonna know I found that you did content that was not shown to me through YouTube, because I'm going to comment that when I comment. I'm going to say I'm here now, but for whatever reason, YouTube didn't send this, and I didn't even know you dropped videos. I came looking for you. So yeah. Hey Nikki, happy Sunday. So yeah, y'all. There we go. I was gonna say, why is that blue? So yeah, sometimes it does that. And actually, I've even found, the funny thing is, they won't feed me the people I'm following, but then they feed me new people. And I have found actually some new channels that are just starting up that I've shared on my community page, because they actually are unlike what I saw when I first saw the content. So I'll share them out and say, hey, check this person out. They just started doing content. Because I think that sometimes some of the new people, and there's people who probably already on the platform who share this kind of stuff, but sometimes they'll share something that I feel like everybody doesn't know. Like, I found one young lady, she realized she found out that she can use her EBT to buy seeds. If you've ever been in the grocery store in the produce section, there's a little plants of herbs that are in a little planter of like your thyme and rosemary and things like that. You can buy that. You can if your grocery store sells fruit trees, you can buy that with your EBT. And so you can get your garden started with those funds because that's food. So I'm like, when I saw that, I was like, let me share her because some people don't know that. And I do know that I follow some people already in the community who do share that they've been able to purchase some things that way. But sometimes it's just like in a conversation here and there. And I think hers was more where that was kind of where she was kind of putting out there, like how I'm able to do this is by this. And she's starting out very small as she can. She's just doing what she can. She has like a 3 square mesh system, almost like my 8 one that I got out there. And I saw her planting and I was like, email me. Because she was just dropping them seeds, y'all, in one little square. A square is 12 by 12. And so a square foot. And she was like, okay, in this one, I'm going to do tomato and this and that. So she's just sprinkling tomato seeds and sprinkling that seed and sprinkling. And I'm like, first of all, you might be able to grow 1 tomato in one of them squares, ma'am. You could throw some herbs around it. So I had her email me and I kind of just told her, like, listen, starting them that way is fine. But once those seedlings get to a certain size, you're going to have to transplant and do this and do that. Because, yeah, can you grow more than 1 tomato in a square foot? Yes. Are you going to get the size fruit that you want from your tomato? No. And you might not get none. And trust me, ask me how I know. Because the first year I was growing my tomatoes and peppers, and I'm watching content, and they're like, "Oh, one tomato or 1 pepper to this much space," and I got these little plants, and I'm like, "But they're so little. Like this thing is big, and this they can fit in there." I don't know why people would put like it could fit, and then them plants got big, and I was getting these little bitty tomatoes from this plant that was supposed to give me big slicers. And I was like, well, now I know. And then some of the plants weren't giving me nothing. So, and the peppers did me the same way. So it's a lesson learned. It is a lesson learned. Yep, they need adequate space and yep, proper airflow. Listen, I had to learn the hard way, Nikki. Now, I was like, why are they putting 1 plant in this big old planter? Because my first year I grew, I used buckets and planters. I didn't have any raised beds. I didn't plant anything in ground because I wanted to see if I could even grow food. I didn't want to just go, right into it. I wanted to see that I could actually grow food. And then I grew food. And then once I tasted it, I was like, I was all in because it was just different. So, yes. You back, E? It's just it's different. So now there are some things that I get angry when I don't have from my own garden, just like I did with those tomatoes, because the stuff in the store is just not, it's not it. It's not it. So I've gotten spoiled. I've definitely gotten spoiled, but definitely I had to learn that the hard way, that I can't have 3 pepper plants in one 7 gallon container. Who knew? Who knew? Just saying. There's been no stopping you once you found out. That is facts. That is facts. However, I went crazy, Queen. I needed someone to be on that Produce with Purpose back then, because I was looking back at some pictures when I first put my raised beds together. I had 3 8x4 raised beds. Yeah, 8x4. And I had laid out landscape covering and put these beds down. Had to fill said beds. Nobody told me how much soil that was going to take, because people say, "Oh, you'll probably need this." Child, I spent a lot of money filling those beds. I will tell you that, a lot of money. So, yeah. Yes, I'm back with Ed, eating stuffed pepper. Nice. So yeah, it was it was a lot. It was a lot. And honestly, this was a it was Liddy. It was a lot. um if I had it to do all over again, and I have thought about just having somebody come back, because I don't want to do the work. I should, but I don't want to. And pull all those out and pull all that landscape covering up, because I didn't trust that my native soil would grow food for me. And then, like my second year or so growing, I decided I was going to grow corn, and I grew it in my native soil along my fence line. And that corn grew just fine. And since then, I've grown a few other things in spaces that I didn't cover with landscape covering, into my native ground, my native soil, and they grew great. So I almost want to pull all that stuff out and grow right in ground. But yeah, there's that. It is expensive, Nikki, for sure. And I had to buy a lot. Like, I think they made it seem like a 4x4, because my 4x8s have a divider. So they're two 4x4s, or I could have not had the divider and just made it one big. But I used the divider so I could have two beds. So I have technically six beds, six 4x4 beds. Um, and they made it seem like I would need like 4 to 6 bags of soil to fill them. I don't want to go back there. I spent a lot of money doing that. A lot. And then more recently, I've found places that I could get compost and stuff for free, and I've done that. Of course, I could have did a soil drop, but I don't have where they can back into my backyard and drop it. They would have had to drop it to the front, and then I would have had to get it. That was just. I was like, no, I'm not doing all that. I'm doing all that. And my house is kind of on a hill. My driveway goes up, and my yard goes up to the. It's just too much, y'all. Too much. Live and learn. No wonder you say you can't purchase everything you see. Facts. You can't. And I didn't even purchase the beds because I saw them somewhere. I just purchased the beds, but went through the process because I saw that somewhere. And I've grown things because I've seen them somewhere. So that's why I talked about that as well, because I have grown different plants just because I saw someone else talking about it, or I saw it somewhere else and it was intriguing, or I just wanted to grow all the things because they're growing and I want to grow it. So most of that stuff I would grow and not even eat. I taste it and not like it. So now I am just better about that. I will try something new every year. I don't even know what that thing is going to be this year. I haven't even thought about that, but I will try something new. And when I say new, I mean like new, not like, oh, I'm going to try a different pepper, or I'm going to try a different tomato. I mean, like, I'm going to try a plant of something that I've never had before. Last year, I did okra. I did that honey nut squash before that. I did kohlrabi. I did patty pan squash. I think that's it. I think that's it. So yeah, it I will leave room to try something that I have not tried before to see if I like it or not. I will do that. And that's just one thing. Because the first year when I did the patty pan, I had several things in my garden that I hadn't had before, and I did like the patty pan. I liked everything that I've tried. I like the kohlrabi, the honey nut squash, and the okra. I'm actually growing okra again this year. You need to make more beds. You can grow on ground, can't you, E? Do you have anything in ground currently? I thought you could grow in ground. She's in a better place than I am. She gets a little bit of cold, but she's in Georgia, so she's with the Georgia folks. But yeah. I wish I would have trusted my native soil. Now at the community garden, everything is in the soil. I don't grow anything in planters or anything like that. Everything I'm growing in ground. I grew broccoli successfully the first time in the fall. I was so excited. Darth X, I was really surprised. I was nervous about okra because I've heard about the sliminess of it. Now I did eat it fried and it didn't have that. Maybe I could. I even made some for Liddy B when she was here. But anyway, I fried it. I thought it was good. I thought it was good. So I haven't had it any other way. I do want to pickle some though. Has anybody pickled okra? I want to pickle some. I have food growing in. Of course, I know that because that's almost every year you find something growing in the compost, and I don't want to transfer it until it gets warmer. Okay. Mike sent me okra seeds he saved from last year. So I'm gonna grow it for the first time ever. Really, I could have sent you a bunch because when I said I wanted to grow okra, child, Sam sent me like all these variations of okra. She's probably sent me 6 different types. These are seeds that I harvested, and this is just one thing. I've sent people okra, but this is just one thing of seeds that I've harvested. I have more. I don't know where, but I have more. And y'all, harvest your seed. Harvest your seed so you can grow those items again. Hey, Easy Breeze. Happy Sunday. I'm just turning in your talk about fried okra. Pickled okra is really good too. I want to try it. I do want to try it. Yes, I pickled. You did. Did you do a video, Tixie? I want to try it. Oh, you said I pickled and canned, but did you do a video? My new item this year is, oh, you want me to say that? Okay, squash. Leslie, child. Let's see. Trombosino made me say it, which is resistant to squash fungus. Child. Now that's a plus because I was literally just talking to Tixie about them bomb boards today because they're disrespectful. I'm trying to get an early harvest of my squash before they come, and then I'm going to plant another session of squash when they should be gone. Because when I tell you that bug, that's the one bug that gets me every year. It does not, it never fails. It's going to come from my squash. So that's a smart move right there. I've never pickled okra, but I'm growing it this year so I could try. So if you find a good recipe, I will, Kat. Listen, that's probably gonna be a live at some point. Maybe we'll do a live talking about how do you preserve your harvest. Maybe we'll do that. And people could share how they're preserving it, especially if you're a content creator and if you have content that shows how you preserve it so that we can follow and do. Because I would love to pickle my okra. Sometimes it's the most bitter, nasty things to us that are the most healthiest. True. Very true. I can say that, like, some of the things that I probably didn't like or don't like, maybe, but there's that. But I am trying to do more things that I can do medicinally. So like I could preserve for teas and stuff for illnesses. So yeah. Let's see, don't laugh at me. You gave me that hard word. No, but I can do a video. Please. Please, Tixie, put it on the list. Um, no, I've not pickled okra, but I have pickled onions. I did pickle. No, I didn't. I don't like onions. First of all, I think I've talked about that many a time. I mean, I've never talked about it before here. Of course, I have. But I did can some pickle. I mean, not pickle. Some onion, peppers, and something else that I would be able to use in dishes later, but I never used it. It was a waste of me canning it because I never used it. But no, I don't do pickled onions. But I have done. I pickled, of course, cucumber, and I pickled peppers. Um, oh, I did the dilly beans. Those are freaking delicious. Green beans pickled, and I pickled some carrots. So yeah, I was really, really impressed with the dilly beans. Those things I could just sit and eat those. I was really impressed with pickling green beans. If you haven't tried it, find somebody who does pickling. They call it dilly beans. They're good. Um, Only because we like squash facts. Because that bug is ridiculously disrespectful. I do have the Japanese beetles. Um, but I did oh gosh, I can't think of what it's called now. If I think of it, I'll tell you. There is a product that's organic that you could put in your yard that's supposed to get rid of the grubs and the beetles. The only reason why I know I get beetles, but I had grubs in my beds a couple times in the beginning, and now I really don't. I actually haven't seen them at all. Um, I'll think of it. I can't remember what it's called. I got it off of Amazon though. Grasshoppers will wipe out the whole garden in a couple days. Really? What kind of grasshoppers you got? Jesus. I love okra. It even tastes good raw. I've heard that. I didn't try it though. I need to try that. I did hear that you can eat it raw. Pickled beets are good. The red beet juice makes a delicious pickled egg too. I tried the pickled beets and the eggs, and I didn't like it because it's sweet. Is it supposed to be sweet? I didn't like that. I thought it would be. I don't even like sweet relish. I like a dill. I'm not a sweet person. I like I like savory, and I had it at a I think it was an Amish butcher um, that I used to go to. I like. I had to do it for chef school till I took a leave. I'll have to try green beans too. Delicious, delicious. The recipe for those beans and onions. I haven't done the onions, but those dilly beans, I did. I followed somebody on YouTube. I don't know. I came across it and I was like, oh, I'm gonna try that because I had some green beans that I had harvested. Oh, it's so good because they stay crunchy and it's just a nice snack. Like I could just yeah. Pickled asparagus is delicious too. See, it's the pickling for me. And the daikon relish. I haven't grown that, but I have seeds for it. And I think I saw it on my desk. Yeah, the reason I keep looking at my desk is because I have seeds all on my desk still. Because it's gardening season. Stop judging me. So there's seeds everywhere. Seeds over here, seeds over there. Y'all so judgy. Just saying. Seeds in the cases, seeds everywhere. Because we got to grow. Hey, Miss Felicia. Milky Miss Felicia, how you just come out of nowhere and know what I was talking about. Yes, ma'am. Milky spores. That's what it is. And it's a powder, and you just dust it all over. I dust it on my front and back yard. Get rid of them dang on things. So the milky spores work. It's not too expensive. It's not really. It isn't. It's worth it to me. Yeah. Now, if it you wanted, it has instructions. I don't even gonna say how to do it because I can't remember. I think you're supposed to, if it's going to rain, you don't want to do it. You want to do it after, but I can't remember all the steps of it. But milky spores work absolutely 1000%. To me, it worked for me. So, hey, Urban, happy Sunday. You can control the sugar. They was sweet. I want it to be deal-ish. I don't even like bread and butter. I don't want no sweetness to no at all. My sister makes the best pickled red onions. Really? Nah. Daikon carrot pickle make a great Slaw and Company spicy food, and I love spicy food. I love it. I'll look into milky spores. It works. It does. I have bought it 2 years, and I only followed up on the next year just as a precautionary. I did not do it last year, and I didn't have any grubs. I can't say for sure I won't have them this year, but we'll see. But I didn't have any last year, and the year before that I didn't either. But I did the milky spores again all over my yard, just in case they wanted to be disrespectful. Because I grow a lot of root crops. I do my potatoes, my carrots. What else do I do? It might be it. I might have said a lot and it's not. But I do a lot of potatoes. I really do. I did probably 4 plantings of my potatoes last year. I only did regular potatoes like the Yukon, the red, and the purple. I didn't do any sweets yet last year, but this year I'll be doing sweet potatoes and regular. So yeah. Hey, Jamaica, happy Sunday. How you doing, sis? So yeah, we use the milky spores to keep the Japanese beetles. Yep, out of the garden. We didn't have one last year. See, the stuff is the truth. I agree. I did the same thing. I was like this, hoping it worked because them grubs freak me out. I don't like it. I don't like bugs. And when I'm digging at my potatoes and I don't want it. Now I'm not gonna say I'd be freaking because I always have gloves on when I'm in the garden because I have nails, so I don't want dirt underneath them. But so I will get them out and I'll have like a little bucket of water and I'll just dump them in there. But they're still gross. Anyone find red potatoes easier to grow? I agree. But last year all of mine grew very well, even the purple. But I agree. In past, the reds always outdid all my other potatoes. I agree, Darth X. But I like them all, and I really think I like them all because when I cook, I usually just clean the skin really good, and I don't peel them. So I just cut them up. I'll dice them up and I'll roast them, or I'll do like a pan fry of them. And I like the color. I like having the variety of color in when I eat them. It really is just that. They do have a different texture though, because they're all creamy, but some are cream. Like the purple to me is probably the most creamy of the 3. But they're all good. I like them all. I do. I'm trying to see if I make sure I didn't miss anything. I didn't. Okay. You sick of the snow, Urban? It was melting today because it was 42 degrees. It was 40 some degrees, but the sun was out. So it was melting, but I still have snow. It didn't melt all of it. It's still snow, but it's melting. So hopefully, I don't know what it's supposed to be like tomorrow. Hopefully, it's somewhere around the same, and then we get more melting. But I'm over it. But I did notice because when I was out there, I could see I could see the soil in all of my raised beds. It was so much snow before that my raised bed. I didn't even see the raised beds, let alone the soil. Like it was buried. It's just been one of those winters. So yeah. You gotta save those scrub, freeze them. And easy breeze. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Never. Although I have a coworker who would do it just to gross me out. We get those cicadas and he has eaten those before because they are supposed to be a great source of protein. I'm good. I am good. Look, me too, Urban. I'll eat my veggies instead. Waste not, one not back. Listen, you're gonna be the survivalist. I'm just saying. I commend you on it, but nah. Mm-mm. That's what the milky spores is, Leslie. Is the beneficial. Yeah, beneficial nematodes. Yep. You eat tomato. Oh, Tixie, why you ask? People fry them as well. What? What's wrong with y'all? Tixie, you know I had a whole episode earlier about that one. I hear you're on snow. Bags. Oh, here, Vancouver Island. Ooh, we're having a monsoon rain in 2 days. My garden is under 2 inches of water. Oh, that sucks. Grubs or chicken feed. Facts. Never reaching no freezer. Facts. More snow and then wet snow. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, everybody, crickets, worms. Okay. That is my coworker. He is the same way. He's been in other countries where he's tried different. Yeah, no. No, I will say no to that. Yeah, I'm picky about the meat that we eat for protein, let alone something that I don't typically know. I can do vegan and be just as happy. Seriously. In the present. I don't need beef, chicken, pork. Definitely not those things. You are not allowed to bring anything to the potluck. You are getting your protein facts. Facts. Look, you done got disinvited to the potluck, Breeze. Hilarious. Well, yeah, I'm serious when I say that, and every week that I come in here, I'm serious when I say we need to set the tone for the week. Because life be life, and there's a lot of heavy things always going on in this world. There's a lot of heavy things sometimes going on in our own homes, in our with ourselves or anything. So, try to have a positive mindset when you are going to into every day. Try to. It ain't always easy. There's always somebody who's trying to not let you have that peace. But let me tell you, there's something about peace that I have learned. No, don't look into a breeze, looking into the hornworm. But there's something about me that I've learned is that peace looks good on me. And since I've been at peace, it feels good as well. It does. Now, every day am I great? No, I have days where I'm not in the best mood. That's just being a human. But I try to be. I try to always go into every day with positivity. And you should too. Peace is absolutely wonderful. Absolutely sunshine. Don't let anyone steal your unspeakable joy. Absolutely. They try. It's always somebody trying to work against it, but don't let them. And listen, some days I'll go into that job and I'll be like, not today. Y'all not gonna do it today. And some days it works, and some days I be after the second or third person come in with the same nonsense to ask me something, and I'll be like, I can't take it. But they always say, to whom much is given, much is required. So I have to remind myself of that as well. It's part of the job. Y'all not going to eat my mystery casserole? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely. Once you called it a mystery, we're done. I love it, Breeze. I love it. Protect your peace. And I've learned that, Leslie. Peace has been something that I have been reintroduced to as of last year, and now I do protect it. And I'm not letting anyone take that. They're not stealing my peace because it's where I want to be. And I will protect it with everything. Absolutely. I ain't eating no potlucks unless I brought it. Hilarious. But yes, definitely protect your peace. So I'm gonna wrap it up, guys. I usually go for a whole 2 hours, but I need to put these cinnamon rolls in the oven. They've been sitting on top of my fridge rising. And I might take a picture. Actually, I will. I would take a picture and post it on my community page. If you weren't here in the beginning, I spent about 5 hours, maybe more, yesterday hanging out with Cheryl Nerese, who's probably still in the chat. And she taught me how to make homemade white bread and homemade cinnamon rolls using a brioche dough. Mm-hmm. Don't be jealous. So we baked the bread last night. The dough for the cinnamon rolls need to sit overnight in the fridge so they doubled in size. And so I got them ready before I went live. I already got them rolled up and sliced and everything. They're in a pan, doubling in size so they can go in the oven. And then I just have to make my glaze, put over top of it, and then I will post it. So I'm always excited to learn how to do something new. So pickling okra is next for me because I want to know how to pickle okra. And I believe, like when I did the pickled dilly beans, you just use a brine just like you would for cucumbers. And I kind of cheat with my brine because I like the Mrs. Wages pickle brine, and I just use it. It's just easy peasy lemon squeezy, and I like it. I've pickled with a lot of other brine recipes. You can get the mix of the herbs that are for pickling, and it always is a little bit too overpowering with the allspice that they put in it. It's just too. I like dill. Give me that dill flavor. I like that. So I have found that one is just, it works for me. I adore me some cinnamon. Really? You need those recipes? She has given me permission to do them again and share it as a recipe on my platform. So I'm going to see how they turn out. I will tell you guys when I make the post, so it'll be in the caption. If I liked it, I also have my daughter taste it to see what she thinks. She's probably going to like it regardless because kids. But I will plan to do that as a video to share so that if anybody else wants to do it, they can. Because I feel like even if we don't do it all the time, there's always a convenience in having the convenient food that you can just buy and put in the oven. But there's just something about knowing within what you're making and that you did it. And it didn't take, honestly, we spent quite a lot of time getting it together. But when I think about what we did, it really didn't take that long. It's a, when you're hanging out, when you're talking and all that and, whatnot, it just makes it take longer. Kosher deal is the best. Thanks, Leslie. I can come to your house and eat a pickle. I see that now. Um, so yeah. Um, I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything. It's a thing called overproofing. Oh, do you feel like I overproofed? Or I'm overproofing right now? I don't know. You're gonna have to let me know. Absolutely making your own. Facts. Facts. Nice to know life skills. Yes, because if you weren't here Friday, I talked about how back years ago when I first started trying to get my budget in order, I found my worst part of my budget was my grocery budget. And I found that what helped me kind of reel it in was learning how to make some things myself. Instead of buying cookies, I made cookies. Instead of buying pizzas and, pizza dough, I made my own pizza dough. So those are things I can still do to this day. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So I like learning to do those things because they're not that difficult. It's just, yes, it does take some of your time, but usually I'll spend when I do preps, when I do my freezer preps, I'll usually just take a Saturday, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to prep whatever that thing is. I usually do one source of protein per time I prep. So if I'm doing chicken, all my prep that day is going to be with chicken. I'm not going to be doing chicken and beef because I've tried to do that before, and child, ain't enough hours in the day for me to prep how I prep for those things. So when I do my freezer preps, I would typically prep things like my meatloaves and put everything in it that I would put in the meatloaf when I cook it. And I form it and everything, wrap it in plastic wrap and some foil and put it in the freezer uncooked. You can cook it and freeze it, but I don't cook mine before I freeze it. And I'll do several of them. And I'll do the same thing with meatballs. I'll do the same thing with burger patties. I will pat out my burgers so that I could just be able to pull some out, just like you do the convenience of your grocery store. I will cook some ground beef and I will put it in freezer bags. I have a vacuum sealer as well, and I will seal them up and put them in the freezer. And whenever I want to make tacos or anything I need cooked ground beef for, grounded up beef for, I will pull it out for a pasta, whatever I need to put it in. I can pull it out and I don't have to worry about cooking it. I just need to cook what I'm putting it in. And it just saves me a little bit of time. It's just a little bit of a time saver. And that's why I do it, because I'm a working parent and I ain't got all the time to be in the kitchen all day. So I find ways to cut my time. That's what I do. It's health wise in the long run. Facts. Hey, the new urban gardener. How you doing? Happy Sunday. You and Tia's prep videos were great. Yes. Yes. And we didn't even do the same preps. And you're right. They were great because Tia cooked some of hers. And she did turkey and she did beef. And I think she might also did chicken. She did ground turkey and whatnot. And so, yeah, those are, I think those are helpful. And I was talking to Miss Cheryl, and she said that her niece came in while she was watching me Friday and was like, "Oh, that's Gina. I watch her for her easy meal recipes." I said, "Really?" I love that kind of feedback because I do try to make my meal recipes, and they're what I eat. So I'm not making recipes up. I like to cook in a convenient way. I ain't got time to be in the kitchen all day, and I can cook. So I can cook big meals if I want to. But when I'm cooking every day for my family for dinner or whatever, I want it to be I don't want to be in the kitchen for hours because I've already worked all day. So I try to show people how they can do the same thing for their family because we live busy lives. And because of that, that's why sometimes we just stop and get fast food because we're too exhausted to have to go through the steps of cooking some crazy meal for your family. But if you do some preps, you could prep lasagna just like you go to the grocery store and buy those Stouffer lasagnas or whatever it is in the freezer. You could do that in your own freezer. Build the lasagna up, put some plastic wrap up, put it in a metal, like one of those, and you can do it in a glass dish or whatever you're going to put in your freezer. Just make sure it's freezer safe. Cover it with some plastic wrap, then cover that with foil. put the date that you made it and what it is in that dish, put it in your freezer. And then when you want lasagna, you go in your own freezer and you put it in your oven. Stop paying on people to do it for you. Take the time out, and you can do several of those. When I do preps, I'm not making one of a thing. If I make lasagna, I'm gonna have 2 to 3 pans of that in my freezer. When I make meatloaves, I'm gonna have 2 or 3 meatloaves in my freezer. And everything. Like, I'm not just making one, because, and I won't even go through them really fast, because who eats lasagna every day? Like, I might do that once a month. I might eat a meatloaf once a month, but they're conveniently already ready for those days that I want to have that. And I'm like, I'm just too tired to go through the steps of cutting up all the vegetables that I put in there and putting everything together and all that. But if it's already put together, just saying, just saying, just saying. All right, y'all. What y'all checking out Costco for? That's where I went and got my meat from. Garfield, absolutely. But I'm all about making things just easier for me. I didn't make it up. I saw it online somewhere, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do that, and I did it, and I have been doing it ever since, because yes, it makes life easier. I will say this also: don't make everything you see online either, though, because I did a lot of those freezer crock pot meals. I do have some that I still do, but most of them, for me, I was like, these people be lying. People be lying. Those ones that they put in the freezer bags and the crock, they do dump and go type stuff. Some of those, just saying, be careful, because some of those ain't it. Just saying. But yeah, you was at Costco. I was just there Friday, and that's when no, that's not true. I was there last Friday, not this Friday, the Friday before. And that's when I prepped. Meal prep makes life makes life easier and saves you money. Yep. What purpose at lunchtime? 100%. And keep certain things on hand that are normal to have. That's what comes from the prepping side. Like, always have flour, always have sugar. But like, there's so many things you can have. I always have a flour, some baking powder or baking soda, salt, sugar. Like, always have those things. Don't let yourself run out of those things. Keep simple stuff like rice on hand. I mean, unless you don't eat it. But like, having rice, like if you were in a clutch and you couldn't get to the store, or the store was out of stuff, you could make some rice and beans. I have beans now. But stuff like that, just be prepared a little bit. Anyway, y'all, I'm not gonna keep going. I will talk to y'all next Sunday, because I won't be live Friday, but That's Your Journey will probably be live Friday, and I will share it out on my community page once I see her post a thumbnail, just in case you didn't get a chance to go over there and follow her channel. And when I tell y'all, y'all can like her, but don't be trying to like her more than me, because she might be likable more than me. She's a good time. I love Liddy B. But I will see y'all next weekend, and I'll see y'all in these YouTube streets all week. So there's that. So y'all have a good week. We going into this week positive. Remember, positive mindset. So I'm gonna check in with y'all Sunday. We're gonna see how that week went. Let's have a good week. That thing that you planned on doing, do it. Stick to it. Keep the same energy you had when you made the plan, okay? All right. I'll see y'all later. Have a good one. Talk to y'all later.